अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तेभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। तव करकमलस्थां स्फाटिकीम् अक्षमालां नखकिरणविभिन्नान् दाडिमी बीजबुद्ध्या प्रतिकलमनुकर्षन् येन केरोनिषिद्धः स भवतु मम भूत्यै वाणिते मन्दहासः। नमो नमः। हरि ओम। नमः सर्वेभ्यः। Last time, in last session, we had seen a nice verse which was recited by Dhritarashtra in Shardula Vikradita Vrutta, and in that, like, he praises about Abhimanyu, that how Abhimanyu was loved by Shri Krishna, by Balaram, and by all Pandavas, like that way, and all the epithets of Shri Krishna, Balarama, that we have seen the etymologies of that. So today let us begin with in continuation wherever we have stopped. Then Dhritarashtra says in continuation, means after having recited that verse, he says in continuation, Jayatrata atha tadavastham putram drushtva kim pratipannam tena gandiva dhanvana. He is asking to Jayatrata, the name of that bhatta, soldier, is Jayatrata. So, atha, normally it is used in beginning to ask the question. So, he is starting with the question that atha, tadastham, tadavastham. So, tadavastham, sa avastha. So, sa avastha, yasya saha, tadavastha tam. That is nihatam, killed. Abhimanyu was killed. So, having seen the condition of Abhimanyu, condition in the sense what? He has already gone, he is killed. So, having seen that condition, pratipannam, anutishtatam, krutam, what was done? Whom? Gandiva dhanvana. Gandivam dhanuhu yasya saha gandiva dhanva. That is another epithet of Arjuna. Tena gandiva dhanvana. Tena gandiva dhanvana means tena arjunena. So by that Arjuna. So having seen Abhimanyu in that particular condition, what did Arjun do after seeing the son in this condition? Dhritarashtra is very curious to know about this, what must have had happened over there. So he just wanted to know, he was too much eager to know. So he has started with that, and Bhatta says, Maharaja, kim va Arjuna samipe vruttametat. Bhatta is asking now. Soldier is asking, maybe surprisingly is asking, Maharaj, Your Majesty, Kim va Arjuna samipe vrittam etat? So, has this incident happened while Arjuna was present there? He was confused now, because whatever he knew, and he has started with Kila, that it is said that, so he has started with Kila, and now Dhritarashtra is asking him, was Arjun present there at that time? Then Dhritarashtra, because as Dhritarashtra is asking what he said, what he did, after having seen that condition, so he said, whatever I knew, Bhatta says, whatever I knew, Arjuna was not present at there. Why Maharaja is telling me that, what did Arjuna do, what he said? All these questions he is asking me. So, Dhritarashtra again asks, Katham Arjuna api natra asit? Katham Arjuna api na atra asit? Now actual, whatever that conversation is going on at the time of what? War. And that's why his addressing like today, tomorrow, yesterday, like this way. So, atra means what? Yes, on the battlefield, that he wants to convey. So, Katham Arjuna api natra asit. So wasn't Arjuna also here? Bhatta says, Maharaj, atha kim? Oh, your majesty, what else? Dhritarashtra says, katham idanim vrittam etat? So now, katham idanim vrittam etat? So vrittam means jatam. So katham jatam etat? Etat means what? As Abhimanyu has been killed by all those warriors. So please tell me, katham idanim etat vrittam? Etat katham jatam? Abhimanyu's death. Bhatta says, now Shruyatam. Now he is His Majesty. So he is giving respect and he says, Your Majesty, listen, Shruyatam. संक्षिप्तकानिक निवाहिते जनार्दन सहाये धनंजय सह बालाभावात् अदृष्टदोषः संग्रामम् अवतीर्णः कुमारः अभिमन्युः. Is explaining. So संक्षिप्तक आनिक निवाहिते Janardana Samay. This is an absolute locative case, Dhananjaya. We have discussed this in previous session. What it is? When Arjuna, that is Dhananjaya, along with Krishna, Janardana, was taken far away by the army of Samshaptaka. What is this Samshaptaka? Samyak Shaptam Angikaraha Yasya Saha. Like some type of vow is taken by this warrior. And what that vow is? Not to run away from the battlefield. And that is troop of all those Samshaptaka, that is Samshaptakaha, Anikam, their army. So that is, it is said in Mahabharata, like those warriors are from the dynasty of Susharma and Trigarta Rajaputra. Nowadays, like that time it was a simple different country, but nowadays it is in Jalandhar in Punjab. So, Bhatta says, when Arjuna along with Sri Krishna, Dhananjaya along with Janardana was taken far away by the army of Samshaptaka, that time something happened. And what happened that time? So, Saha, Tada, at that time, Saha Abhimanyu, Bala Bhavat, Balyochita, Chapalya Vashat. Like, due to curiosity, like being child, so he wants to see what is happening here, what is happening there. So it is a Bala Bhava, just to curious about everything and what is happening around him. So that Bala Bhavat, Adrushta Doshaha, Na Drushtaha Doshaha, Na Drushtaha, Kapi Hani, Yena Saha. So he did not see any harm. Now he knew that his father is not there, maternal uncle is not there, means Dhananjaya is not there, Janardana is not there. But out of curiosity, Autsukyena, Bala Bhavat, what did he do? Sangramam, on the battlefield, Avatirnaha, Ranabhumim Pravishtaha. So Kumar Abhimanyu, the child Abhimanyu, he has entered on the battlefield. Dhritarashtra says, after having known all these things, he says, Hanta, Yuktaruposya Vadaha, Yuktarupaha Asya Vadaha. First he says Hanta, like it shows sorrow. Second sentence is that Yuktarupaha Asya Vadaha, Asya Vadaha Yuktarupaha. Actually, it sounds something different. But Vadaha means what? It is a slaughter. And here Yukta Rupaha is an adjective of Vadaha, then the sentence is proper. So what? In such situation, his killing was entirely possible. That Dhritarashtra wants to convey. Otherwise, people they think in another way. And thus Dhritarashtra says, okay, Yukta Rupaha, Asya Vadaha. Obviously, he must have been caught by all those warriors and such a situation. It's like entirely it's possible. So he says with sorrow. Then Dhritarashtra continues, and what he says? Ko hi sannihita shardulam guham dharshayitum shaktaha. Now he praises Abhimanyu. So what he says? Ko hi sannihita shardulam guham dharshayitum shaktaha. Sannihitah. Sannihita vidyaman. Existing close by, near, like that way. Shardulaha simhaha. A lion. Sannihita shardulam guham. So when a lion is existing in the cave, kohi dharshayitum shaktaha. Dharshayitum nama praveshtum, to enter. Kohi shaktaha, so who can enter the cave in the presence of a lion? Wow, very nice simile he has given. So he is praising Abhimanyu now. And what he says, Atha Sheshaha Pandavaha Kim Anutishtanti. Now, like with curiosity is asking questions again and again, one by one. So, again now, that another big question is that if everything this much thing, like this thing has happened, and what about other Pandavas, what they were doing? So, Atha Sheshaha Pandavaha, it's an appropriate question of Dhritarashtra. So, Sheshaha Pandavaha, rest of Pandavas, Kim Anutishtanti, so what they were doing? Then Bhatta says, Maharaja Shruyatam. Your Majesty, please listen. Now, Bhatta also says in Upajati Vrittam, one verse is given. Chitam tavat swayamasya deham aropayantyarjuna darshanartham teshancha namanyupadharayanti yaitasya gatre prarhutam narendraihi. He is giving indication. But a soldier was asked by Dhritarashtra, he is describing the actions of rest of the Pandavas. So it was asked by Dhritarashtra what they are doing or what they were doing at that time when it happened. What he says, Tataha Tavat Arjuna Darshanartham Asya Deham Chitam Swayam Na Aropayanti Tathaiva Yaihi Narendraihi Tasya Gatre Prarhutam Praharaha Krutaha Tesham Namani Upadharayanti. It's a warning, great warning. What he says? Arjuna. Now, Arjuna Darshanartham. Asya means whose? Abhimanyu. Abhimanyoho. Deham Chitam Swayam Na Aropayanti. Arjuna should also see the dead body of Abhimanyu. And so the Pandavas are not keeping the Abhimanyu's body on the funeral pyre. Chitam na aropayanti. They are waiting for Arjuna, when Arjuna will come. But see the second line. Yaihi narendraihi. Tavat, what they all are doing. Till then, what rest of the Pandavas are doing? Yaihi narendraihi. So by those kings, what they have done? Tasya gatre prarhutam. Who attacked his body, Abhimanyu's body. Tesham namani upadharayanti. They are searching for their names. Oh my God. You can see, this is an Upajati Vrittama. What he says? Arjun should also see the dead body of Abhimanyu. So the Pandavas are not keeping Abhimanyu's body on the funeral pyre themselves, but they are searching for the names of the kings who attacked his body. We can relate now the terror of Pandavas in the mind of other kings. Now those who have killed Abhimanyu, and Abhimanyu was killed by whom? So that terror can be seen. And the verse we have seen earlier, that is Yantarjuna pratyabhiyana bhita. Remember that? Yatorjunastam dishamikshamaanaha Naradipasvani niveshanani Sauvadra nashta saujnyaha. So, all those kings, where they were looking? Yataha Arjunaha tam disham ikshamanaha. So, where Arjun has gone, they were just looking towards that particular direction and they were returning to their camps. So, that terror, having taken that terror of Arjuna in their minds, they were returning to their tents, they were returning to their camps. Then, turning towards the next sentence, what Mahakavi Bhasa, what is doing, like, so everywhere, in each and every place, like, he is adding 2-3 Narma Vinoda. So there are humors, so which will create a small smile line on the face of listeners or spectators. So those Narma Vinodas are there everywhere and those are created. Well, sometimes those are sarcastic or some are like unconscious. So it happens, in conversation it happens. So here, in previous session we have seen that it comes in the conversation of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. So it is a sarcastic humor. So what Dhritarashtra, he says to Gandhari, that on hearing about the death of Abhimanyu, he was furious, angry, and even he was very sad also. So he was telling to Gandhari that there will be peace. When there will be peace? When all the world is dead. So he says so. Now, unknowingly he says about the death of even his own sons. And then he asks Gandhari, let us go to river Ganga. So she is like innocently, she is asking whether it is to take bath in the sacred water of Ganga. So whenever we listen to it, like, we feel like laughing. So this is the Narma Vinoda created by Mahakavi Bhasa. Then Dhritarashtra replies, no, just to offer oblation to our sons who are as good as dead, and they have just done like unrighteous act of slaying Abhimanyu, and that's why I want to do that Jalanjali, I want to do that Tarpana. So this sarcastic humor which is presented over there. So let us see in the actual conversation. Dhritarashtra, he says to Gandhari, like his way of addressing, and in loving voice, like loving tone, he says, Gandhari, tada agamyatam ganga kulameva yasyavaha. The same. And Gandhari innocently, she says, Maharaj, nanu tatra gahavahe, are we going to take bath over there? So that is the Narma Vinod created by Mahakavi Bhasa. Then Dhritarashtra, again he is explaining to her, like what is the purpose behind that. Adyaiva dasyami jalam hatebhyah svena paradhena tavatmajebhyah natvasmi shaktas salila pradhanaihi kartum nrupanam shibiro parodham. It's in Indra Vajravritta. What it says? Adyaiva dasyami jalam hatebhyah svena paradhena tava atmajebhyah na tu aham asmi shaktaha salila pradhanaihi kartum nrupanam shibiro parodham. Like his incapability, that is also like he wants to reveal now. So what he says, they have committed a sin. Who? So this is svena swakiyena, by their own, aparadhena. So svena swakiyena aparadhena. It is like self-inflicted crime. So crime which they have done. And what crime? To kill Abhimanyu. So again and again repeatedly he is saying the same thing. So svena aparadhena, self-inflicted crime. Tava atmajebhyah. So by your own sons. Now atmajebhyah, atmanah jayate iti te tebhyah. So they are your sons. And like because all of this is what? consequences of your fondling. And that's why he just been pointing towards Gandhari, that tava atmajebhyaha, and what? Adyaiva dasyami jalam hatebhyaha, adyaiva. So they will be killed by their self-inflicted crime. So today itself, what I wish to give them oblation in the form of water. Na tu asmi shaktaha. What is his incapability? I am not able to what? For what and by what? He says, he answers that Nrupanam shibiram uparodhum kartum. Uparodhum means what? Uparodha means what? Avarodha. To avoid them, to stop, to obstruct them. So he says, I am not capable to stop them, to obstruct them. Why? Because how I am going to go to their camps and which is actually war is going, so I will not stop it because I don't have that much power. And by what? I have asked you two questions like for what and by what. So, for what? His incapability. And by what? Salila pradanaihi, by offering oblation in the form of water. So, what he says, it needs a courage to say something about against his sons, and that he does in Mahakavi Bhasa's play, not in Mahabharata. So he says, I am offering oblation in the form of water to your sons who will be definitely killed by their self-inflicted crime, and but due to this oblation which I am going to do now, offer now, I am not able to stop the war of the kings. So this is my incapability. Aham asamarthaha. So now here we can see that helpless Dhritarashtra and something different character than actual Mahabharata. So this way, having taken something different, Mahakavi Bhasa, he creates a masterpiece. So that's what he always listen in others listening. So that having kept himself at the point of that particular person, and then he thinks what would be his thoughts now, her thoughts now, and accordingly he says. So he writes with the listening of that particular man. So, tata pravishati Duryodhanaha Dushasanaha Shakunihi cha. And then after that there is an entry of Duryodhana, Dushasana and Shakuni. They enter. Here Duryodhana, he says, what's a Dushasana? What's a Dushasana? Just to listen such a type of way of addressing from Duryodhana's mouth, it's something different. But even in actual Mahabharata also, the same thing is written, what's a Dushasana? Such a arrogant, what we can say, king, and he's calling because Samana Shile Vyasaneshu Sakhyam. They both, they have Sakhya in Vyasana also, in calamity also. So those whose characters are same, they are friend in calamity too. So that's why they are not friend, they are actually Sahodara and biological, what we can say, brothers of each other. So Samana Mudram Yasya Saha, and Duryodhana used to love Dushasana like anything. So he calls him, he addresses him what's a Dushasana? Such a loving way of addressing. And then he says, Yato Abhimanyu Nidhanat Stiratam Virodha Prapto Jaya Prachalita Ripavo Nirastaha Unmulitosya Chamado Madhusudanasya Labdho Mayadya Samama Abhyudayena Shabdaha. What he says? Let us see the translation first. Yataha Abhimanyu Nidhanat Sthiratam Virodhaha. Due to the death of Abhimanyu, Virodhaha Sthiratam. Now whatever that opposition, enmity between us, between Kauravas and Pandavas has become firm. So that he's putting some stamp over that now there is actual enmity is going to start from today onwards. So whatever that hidden friendship, or you just have to show that I don't have to do any boasting from today onwards. So yatah Abhimanyu nidhanat sthiratam virodha sthiratam. So here he specifically mentions that from today onwards, whatever war it is there, so it is between only in Kauravas and only in Pandavas. So that root cause is here now, Abhimanyu nidhanat. So that is the first thing he says. Prapto jayaha prachalita ripavoho nirastaha. Now he is boasting himself. What he says? Prapto jayaha. We have got victory. Praptaha. Conquered. We have conquered something. What? Ripavaha nirastaha. We have got victory over our enemies. So ripavaha, ripuhu, ripu, ripava, all the enemies. Like there are, now we have defeated enemy, and like our enemies, nirastaha, enemies, they tremble, like, So this is our valor. Then unmalitosya cha mado madhusudanasya. In Duta Vakyam also, in that brief story also we have seen, Duryodhana, he used to hate Sri Krishna likes anything, and that's why he is calling him, he is addressing him with different names, and wherever he feels like having taken that names, he can do some mockery over there, and accordingly he addresses him that with him particular name. What he says? Unmilitaha, unmilan, eradicated from root. Okay, unmilitaha. What? Madhusudanasya madaha. Saha, who is that Madhusudana? His mother, his arrogant, okay, has been killed totally. So now he says about that Madhuna madaityaha tam daityam sudayati nashayati, destroys. His mother, his darpa, his arrogance is completely eradicated by me. And that is like his boasting. But see the last line, what he says in the last line? Labdho maya adya labdho maya adya samam abhyudayena shabdaha. Abhyudayena samam. Abhyudayena saha shabdaha maya adya labdhaha. So he is praising himself. Swastuti na karniya, na shravaniya. But that is only with what? With gentlemen, not with Duryodhana. So whatever he does, whatever he says, like that is remarkable for him. So he says, I have destroyed Krishna's pride and I have got the title today. What title? Shabda. Shabda means what? Title. Degree of what? Sovereign ruler, emperor. So I am the emperor over here, and as well as I got Abhyudaya, Utkarsha, prosperity. So these two things, Abhyudayena samam shabdaha. So sama, these are all synonyms for the indeclinable saha. So Ramena samam Sita gacchati, Ramena saha Sita gacchati. Like this way he says, Abhyudayena sama shabdaha mayadya labdaha. So I have received this degree also. And then for him, like Nidhan of Abhimanyu, that is the main thing. And with that, like I am also the conqueror now. Now actually is darpa or arrogance of Duryodhana is now increasing day by day, and this is also one thing happened, and he has taken according to even though negative, but he has taken positively for him, and again is like that arrogance, that darpaha is increasing day by day, day by day. So here like Dushasana, even he wants to praise, no? So that race is going on to praise everyone. So why Dushasana will be behind? So he says, okay. So ahonu khalu, yes indeed. So whatever, oh my elder brother, what you says, yes, absolutely true. Okay. So it's really totally authentic words uttered by you. Aho nu khalu. So indeed, these are the words which are said by you very nicely. Why not? And then he recites one verse that is in Shardula Vikridita Vrutta, as well as it is a Rupak Alankar is given over here. What he says? Ruddha Pandu Suta Jayadratha Balena Kramya Shatror Balam Saubhadre Vinipatite Sharashatakshay Saubhadre Vinipatate Sharashatakshay Dvitiyerjune Praptaishvasanani Bhishma Patanat Asma Viradhya Have Tivra Shoka Sharakruta Khalumanasesham Sutotsadanat. It's little bit tricky and difficult words are used over here. Obviously, like it is about war, and this is Dushasana, so where that Kavya will be there in Dushasana's mouth. So that accordingly Mahakavi Bhasa, as per with the appropriate person, he places that particular vrutta or particular words. So likewise, along with Dushasana, these words are there. So what he says, like, so now also Dushasana, he wants to add something. That is first word Ruddhaha, Avaruddhaha. They were stopped, they were obstructed. Who? So like in continuation, so it is Ruddhaha, we'll take it as an adjective of something. Ruddhaha. Jayadratha Balena. So by the strength of Jayadratha. Now there is a competition to praise Jayadratha. So everywhere like you will find Jayadratha everywhere. So you can take it as a Bala means what? Strength of army. Strength, and strength means what? Army. So what is the Bala of that particular king? His Bala means what? His army. So Jayadratha Balena Ruddha. So with the help of, by the army of Jayadratha, ... where Ruddhaha, where stopped. Shatroho Balam. So army of enemy, Jayadratha Balena Ruddhaha. So army of enemy has stopped by the army of Jayadratha. Then Akramya Parajitya. Akramya means what? Parajitya, having defeated. Whom? Pandusuta, all Pandavas. Okay, they were defeated. They were Ruddhaha, they were stopped. Now, actually why they were stopped? From entering into Chakravyuha. That they want to convey. So as like all the Pandavas, they were ready to enter in Chakravyuha, but they were stopped, prohibited, and that's why this Samshaptaka Anike, they were taken far away. So that's why here it is said that they were Ruddhaha, they were stopped. Dvitiya Arjune, Dvitiya Arjuna, who is second Arjun? That is Abhimanyu. So in resemblance, Abhimanyu is like his father, Arjuna. So people used to call him as what? Dvitiya Arjuna. So not only with looks, but with power, with might also, used to completely like with his father. And this then he said Dvitiya Arjune, with second Arjuna. What? Who is that second Arjuna? He is Abhimanyu. Saubhadre, Saubhadraha, Subhadrayaha, Putraha, Puman. That is Abhimanyu. Shara, Shata, Kshepaihi. So, Kshepaihi, by the striking, Aghata. How many? Shara, Shata, hundreds of arrows. Okay. So, Vinipate, Vinipate, Vinipatite. Vinipatite means what? Was killed. So, Yada Saubhadraha Nanu Dvitiyaha Arjunaha Sharashatakshepaihi Vinipatitaha. So, the meaningful sentence is like this way. So, Yada Saubhadraha, when Saubhadra Nanu Dvitiyaha Arjunaha, indeed It's just like what? Second, Arjuna, Sharashatakshepaihi. So, attack of hundreds of arrows. What happened? Vinipatitaha. So, he was killed. So, that way, the first sentence. Then, second, Bhishma Patanat. Now, Abhimanyu is dead now. Actually, he is killed by them all. So, here is the first part. So, that sorrow is different for Pandavas. Now, they are comparing with themselves. That Bhishma Patanat. Bhishma or Bhishma Pitamaha. So, like he is so much aged, but his Patana, okay, his Patana was there. So, Bhishma Patanat, after destruction of Bhishma, Vyasanani Praptaihi Adya Ahave Khalu Utsadanat Esham Manasi Shokaha. We will see one by one etymology or meaning, definitions of each and every word. So, after destruction of Bhishma, after Bhishma died, Vyasanani, Vyasanani, many meanings, but Vyasanani is what? Calamities or some Vedana, Dukkha. That is also, we take it as a Vyasanani. Praptaihi. So, when those calamities, okay, those are what? We got all those calamities. And those having taken all those calamities, what happened? Adya, Adya means today. Asmabhihi means by us Kauravas. Ahave, on the battlefield. Khalu, indeed, definitely. Sutotsadanat, Sutasya Utsadanat, by killing Abhimanyu, Sutaha. Kasya Sutaha? Arjunasya Sutaha. So, Sutasya Utsadanam we have done. So, we have killed that child of Arjuna, and Esham, now, you see now, Abhimanyu is dead now. So, it's like recently it happened on the battlefield, and still the dead body of Abhimanyu is still there on the battlefield. So, Esham, Esham means what? Etesham, Etesham Pandavanam Manasi, in their mind. What? Shokasharaha, Shokaha. What a Rupak Alankar. Shokasharaha, Sharaha, arrows in the form of shoka, arrows in the form of sorrow. And what? Shokasharaha asmabhihi krutaha, it was done by us. So that Dushasana says, like, they are pierced in their heart now. How Arjuna has pierced all those arrows in Bhishma Pitama's body. At that time, whatever our agony was there, our sorrow was there, now, just now, the news is there that their child, their Arjuna's Suta, has been killed. Now they will see what that shoka means. And that's why the word shoka sharaha, it's a nice metaphor is given, that shoka sharaha, it is a rupaka alankar, and it is there in this verse recited by Dushasana. Now, why Shakuni will also go behind in this race, like praising Jayadratha. So, even he wants to say something. So, he also praises Jayadratha, and Jayadratena mahatkrutam rane nrupair sambhavitam atma paurusham prasahyatesham yadanena sanyuge samam sutena pratimam hatam yashah. So, what he says, this is called as a Sahokti Alankar, and Chanda is Vamshastha. Jayadratena adya asmin dine, today. So, he is praising, now we have started literally. So, asmin dine adya, today. Jayadratena nrupaihi, by the different kings, nrupaihi asambhavitam, it should not be thought of, means sambhavita is possible, but something impossible Mahat Atma Paurusham Krutam, something great, valor that is expressed. It is Krutam, done by them, done by him, Yat, Yasmat, from whom, Anena Jayadrathena, Sanyuge, in war, Prasayya means with power, with might. Sutena sahatesham. Suta means what? Abhimanyu. They will keep on talking about Abhimanyu now. Sutena saha tesham. Tesham sutena saha. So Pandavas with Abhimanyu, apratimam, excellent. Yashaha kirtihi. So Yashaha, it is fame. Kirtihi, success. And that is hatam, vinashitam, destructed. So along with their son, their son is dead now. Who? Abhimanyu. So that Abhimanyu is also gone. And second is what? Their kirti, their fame, that is also gone. So here Sahokti Alankar he says. Now see the cunning person, what is something happening which is unpleasant for them, that he will find it out. And wherever the chidra is there, he wants to just find it out, and that way he is peeping in. What is happening unpleasant in their particular family, let me see. And that he sees and that he utters. And that's why what he says, it is Sahokti Alankara. So their Sutena Saha, along with their child, along with their Abhimanyu. Now this valor has shown by Jayadratha. So fame of Pandavas has gone now, literally has gone. And their Suta, their Abhimanyu is also no more. Then Duryodhana says, Matula has sung something beautiful verse. So he is so happy. So he addresses his maternal uncle. Matulaha itastavat, Dushasana itastavat. So he is calling them, oh mama, oh maternal uncle, come here, Dushasana, come here. Tatra bhavantam tatam abhivadayishyamaha. So tatra bhavantam tatam abhivadayishyamaha. So we will go and salute. It isn't like in future tense it is shown. So we will go and salute to our respected old father. So let us go. So then Shakuni says, Vatsa Duryodhana. Like something, creates in his mind, and he say, Vatsa Duryodhana, Maevam, Maevam. So it's not with confusion repetition. It is like firmly he says, very firmly, no, not this. And why? Kamam natasya ruchita kula vigrahoyam masmancha garh Kamam natasya ruchita kula vigrahoyam asmancha garha yati sapriya pandavatvat yuddhothite jayam avapya hi tulya rupam evam prarushta vadanairabhigantumenam. He stops them. He tells them not to go there. What he says? Yuddhat utthitaihi, nivrutaihi. So, after completion of war, just now, not retired, like utthitaihi means not retired, but just now we have finished. So, we are free from war, just now. And kamam natasya ruchitaha kula vigraha. I know that he doesn't like this kula vigraha. Gandhari, she keeps on telling the same word. Like this is Kula Vigraha. Kula Vigraha means what? Fratricide is what she always says. So it's like enmity between brothers and sisters, and reach to like any state, and then what you are going to kill your own brothers and sisters. So he says, Kamam natasya ruchitaha kula vigraha. He doesn't like all this type of fights. So, and asmancha garhayati, he condemns us. He doesn't like us, so always he mocks us. And priya pandavatvat, all those Pandavas are his very much favorite. Priya. So priya, that word is used over there for Pandavas, and that too for whom? For Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra is not loving to his own sons, but is loving to Pandu's son. So he loves Pandavas, and then We are so happy now. Yuddhotitete jayam avapya hi tulya roopam. So we have equally, we acquire the valor also, and we are so happy. Evam prahrushta vadanaihi abhigantum enam. So he is asking, so do you find it suitable to go and meet him or to go and salute him? So he is avoiding, because he knows, like, as soon as we will enter over there, Dhritarashtra will start preaching us, and again there will be stories of like good conduct and bad conduct. So he says, no, I am not supposed to go there. Actually, I don't want to go, so better we all should not go over there. So that way he says. And then again he says, okay, if you find it suitable to go to meet him, abhigantum. So let us see what should be done to touch his feet. Then Duryodhana says, Matula, Ma evam. Oh uncle, no, not like this way, not like this way. Yatha tatha bhavatu. Whatever it may be so, tatra bhavantam tatam abhivadishyamaha. We'll go and we'll bow down to respective our respected father. Actually, this is a tradition to go to and touch the feet of elderly persons. And Mahabharata, in Varna Parva, or in most of the Parvas, like we see that somebody comes and somebody bows down to elderly persons. Here also, like one example is there, if you find it out, the cultural aspect, even though there is an enmity, in Veni Samharam only, in the first act, like this one, Bhimasena, he is asking Draupadi, where you had been just now. Then she said, no. Just now we all have gone to what? To touch the feet of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. And because we have to take blessings of our elders. So Bhimasena, even though she has gone to Kauravas, he is not angry, because he says, Yuktah khalu etat. Okay, so this is appropriate thing to go and bow down to what? To our elderly persons. So anyway, anyhow, like he enrolled them in his conversation, and then Ubhav means they both, Shakuni and Dushasana, this is Badham. Okay, it's okay. Parikramataha. So they wander, they just wander on the stage here and there, and then they come, and then Duryodhana is there. Duryodhana says, Tata Duryodhanam aham abhivadaye. Oh father, I am Duryodhana, I bow down to you. Or like I have come for salutation. So whatever that practice is there, accordingly he says like aham abhivadaye. Shakuni says, Shakuni aham abhivadaye. So I am Shakuni, and I am bowing down to you, saluting to you. So some noticeable thing was there, and then they all discuss with each other, and then survey, it is given. Survey means what? What they say. Shakuni katham ashirvachanam na prayojyate. Why blessings are not being given? What happened? Every time when we come, like you give us blessings of what? Dirghayusha, or whichever the good blessings you feel for us, like you are giving the blessings. And today, what is happening over here that you are not giving any blessings to us? Then that very dejected, depressed Dhritarashtra, what he says? Putra, katham ashirvachanamiti. How to bless son? So just see like what he has proclaimed. He said, incapability of mind to stop all the other kings. Okay? To stop from what? From war. And he knows that what is going to happen. So he says, how to bless son? Then he explains the purpose of not giving blessings. And what he says, Saubhadre nihate bale hridaye Krishna parthayoho jivite nirapekshanam kathamashi prayuchyate. Helplessly, what he says, Saubhadre nihate bale हृदये हृदये कृष्णपार्थयोः कृष्णपार्थ कृष्णः च पार्थः च कृष्णपार्थौ तयोः हृदये in their hearts. Just see like the one who is beloved of Krishna and beloved of Arjuna. Why? Arjuna is his own father and he is in the hridaya of whom? Tayoho hridaye, of Arjuna and of Krishna. Krishna Arjunayoho hridaye, that is the Paramapriya Balaka. So, Balake, Paramapriya, Bale, they are saying Bale. Bale means what? Balake. Saubhadre, Subhadrayaha, Putraha, Puman. So, that is Saubhadra. And Saubhadra Putres. And what is there? Nihate, you have killed him. Jivite, Nirapekshamana. Jivite, not Jivane, Nirapekshamanam. Now, as you have killed this Uttara's husband, okay, Subhadra's son, you have killed him. Jivite nirapekshamanam yuyam. You all are like, what we can say, sort of udasina, dejected towards your life. And katham kena prakarena ashihi prayujyate. So, kena prakarena ashirvachanam proktum shakyate maya. So, after killing Abhimanyu, son of Subhadra, and who resides in the heart of Arjuna and Sri Krishna, you all are now devoid of your lives. And what blessings can I give you? And that is a remarkable answer of Duryodhana of Dhritarashtra to Duryodhana, Dushasana and Shakuni. So, here we conclude our session and see you in the next session. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.